Ready?
Yeah.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friend. This is Pinky.
And this is Priyanka.
And we're here to call out all things PakeAsPuck.
You are shaking so much.
Got that energy back. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Robot energy. Oh my god. What's up? What's up, Buttercup?
Oh, nothing. It's been a long week.
How was the wedding? We didn't talk about the wedding, Cabo.
Oh my god,
we never talked about it. At least
haven't talked since then.
No, like you've given me snippets.
This was the wildest wedding I've ever attended. Both personally, I've never actually like attended a wedding that I'm working, unless they were like friends of mine, kind of a thing.
It looked wild, man.
I was fortunate enough to get an invite to all the events. They had a table for us, so
that's so nice that they did that.
I also wanted to do my part and like not just blow that off. I'm like, no, this is great. Like I can go attend, bond with other vendors, like, you know, really treat it like a work trip and celebrate them because they're awesome. But I thought my in-laws were crazy. Man, they put that shit to shame. They're wild in the best possible way. Like, these guys are just, they're just living life.
They're lit.
They're having fun. Everything is meant to be fun.
Mm-hmm. Especially a wedding.
Everything.
Come on,
like, I think anything, all their choices are just like, well, did we have fun?
Yeah.
Did we make it memorable?
Yes.
Did we, you know?
Even something as simple as the PT.
Right, like everything was just, did we make it worthwhile? Did, you know, was it monumental in our life? And the groom, so sweet. He, every single day, and I tell this to everybody, every single day, whenever I saw him, hey, Franca, how's it going? You having fun?
That's nice.
Right? Like, it was just such a simple statement, but it just goes to show that this guy is really just looking out for everybody. Yeah. You know? You having fun? Did you eat? You know, like, it's just thoughtful.
That's
just
good.
Thoughtful, every single day. He always made sure to ask me, are you having fun?
Good.
And so...
Good. That makes it worth it. That makes you actually, like...
Nobody's going to be able to top this wedding for me. They set such a high standard for what a destination wedding should be.
I mean, when you have an unlimited budget, it can happen, you know?
I don't know. It was really nice. It's going to be really hard to top that. Both personally and on the work side. I'm like...
No, I mean, it looked like like I said, it looked like you had fun yourself. Like, even when you were, you know, following her around, making sure her makeup was good, like...
You know, like, the work side of it was really exciting. Like, this was my first ever destination wedding. So I also got to learn a lot on, like, how to pack and unpack. And then also, like, from the business side of it, how much time I need to make sure that I'm accounting for. Yeah. I did spend a lot more time that I think went unrecorded. Oh, and that's okay. No resentment there.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, the time that it took me I had to basically take my kit as it was, unpack it, deconstruct it, and pack it into, like, my carry-on. Some stuff needed to be checked in because it's not appropriate to bring on your carry-on.
Right.
And then some things I had to carry on because they could break in transit. So I then needed to, like, overpack a little bit. Like, I put foam within everything, and then I packed it in an insulated case.
Alina, poor, you should have told me. You could have used my hard suitcase.
But I have a hard suitcase. But
no, like, my Pelican hard suitcase.
I didn't think about that. That also then with the weight of it, and then being an attendee, I had to take some outfits.
That's true.
Like, I couldn't just pack leggings and T-shirts and get away with it.
You weren't just in work mode,
Yeah, so I had a whole separate set of outfits, which I packed light in general. I'm like, you don't need the best of the best outfit. You just need something to look...
Right, you're just a background
put together
character.
And
Yeah.
So I packed, like, light outfits. But as far as the case, the kit is concerned, I had to deconstruct, insulate everything, and then repack it. And then I'm going back and forth to make sure I met the weight. And then when I got to Cabo, I kept my carry-on as, like, the bag that I would take to her room. So then I had to go back. As soon as I got there, I immediately unpacked, saw what broke and didn't break, if it did. Okay. I did lose some product in transit, but you live in
Like in your checked bag?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not in my checked bag, actually in my carry-on. Some of my powders broke.
How?
I know.
Like, you were the one carrying it.
I know.
Oh, no.
But it's just, I think the process of moving and, you know, shifting. You hit a bump, whatever, shit happens. You learn. So there was a little bit of loss there. But as soon as I got there, I unpacked everything, and then I repacked a kit that I could take to her room because I didn't want to go in with like
Yeah.
too much stuff
Yeah,
either.
yeah, yeah.
I couldn't take my big light. It just didn't fit. So that created a challenge.
Like not even in your suitcase?
No.
Oh.
So I had to take a smaller light, which fortunately I had, but it still made my working conditions a bit difficult.
You should have taken two. You could have taken one of my small ones.
Again,
Now we know. Next time.
Now we know,
Now we
right?
know.
It was a huge learning experience
Of course.
for me.
Of course, yeah.
There was that piece of it. And so that time, that packing, repacking,
Yes.
all that was not accounted for.
Girl, I know. Believe me, I know.
Yeah, so
the amount of packing and repacking I do just so these damn crowns don't break.
Yeah. And then while I was there too, I think it's just the humanitarian in me.
Oh.
I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there to work for your wedding.
Yeah.
So of course I didn't have like strict hours like, okay, you're ready. When I'm working a bride here, when she's ready to leave, I'm off the clock.
Yeah.
But while I'm there,
yeah.
I was there for her. And
Yeah.
so I spent a little bit of time, and I'm not mad about that because that's what I'm there for. Like, what else am I really gonna do?
Yeah, but
by
like
myself. What am I gonna do by myself?
no, but like realistically, that is if it was a wedding here.
But right, so
You
going
know?
forward, that's something that I'm going to take into
The price.
consideration for destination prices. Is like I'm there for you, and these are the
Like,
hours.
because I saw how you were like following her around and like
Everything.
because you were also getting you
So
know.
she did something differently, which we learned the day of the wedding. We hadn't discussed this prior.
Uh-oh.
She was taking her portraits in the outfit that she wanted to walk down the aisle in. So she got all her portraits. We had to get her ready really quick. And then she, after her first look, she's coming back to the room, changing into an outfit that she could be a part of the barat in. So she changed into another outfit, showed up for the barat, did the varmara, and then she ran back to the room to change into the green outfit that she was going to walk down the aisle.
So she had 3 outfits that morning?
Two outfits, but 3 outfit changes.
That's insane.
And that was an audible well, for me, it was an audible. She knew that she was going to do it. It just went uncommunicated. So I was like, okay.
Next time.
Right. I wasn't expecting it. Nobody does that. Right. But she wanted to preserve that look for her walk down the aisle. And of course, she wanted all her pictures in it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But then when I found out, I was like, you're leaving your hair down and we're changing your hair, or we're changing your outfit 3 times. I'm like, I'm coming. I'm going to have to like fix your hair because like no matter what, like when you're with that much movement, your hair's not going to stay put.
No.
And so I was like, no, I'll be there. I'm going to be there to help you take it out. And that was just because I'm like, your walk down the aisle, you have to look
100%.
polished,
Yeah.
you know? And so I followed her around, and my morning took up a lot more time than anticipated. I was actually planning to go to the gym in between, and I was like, okay, she'll be ready, and then she's gone. I have some time in between before I have to get like dressed. And I ended up kind of just running back and forth, and I don't even think I showered that day. I went back to the room, just put on my outfit really quick, and I realized that with all this working out, that my blouse doesn't quite fit, and I almost Janet Jackson the entire wedding. So I couldn't even lift my arms up to dance in my wedding outfit. I just kept it straight. I'm like, let's just get through a few hours. It was bad.
And you didn't have enough safety pins to figure it out.
I didn't have anybody to actually do it for me.
Help you figure it out.
Yeah,
yes.
So I just lifted them up, put a little cake in there, and we're just like, let's just hope for the best. But I was so uncomfortable during the wedding. Like I couldn't do anything. I'm pretty sure I hadn't showered that entire day because we woke up. We started
so
at
early.
like 5. Yeah. Went to her room.
And you were expecting to work out. You're like, I'll take a shower after that.
I showered the night before, so it wasn't terrible. But by the time you're like running,
no, it's Cabo. You're sweaty.
I'm running through the whole resort back and forth to get shit. It was just too much. But again, you live and you learn. But I think my destination package is definitely going to change after that.
For sure.
So whoever does choose to book me for a destination, just know I was labeled honorary bridesmaid.
Nice.
We rally. We are there for you.
You did
know? But we're just going to take that time into consideration going forward.
Yeah.
Such a fun wedding, though.
That was
awesome
good.
vendors.
Yeah.
It was just a really, really
everybody was good to work with.
Nice team. Nice, happy, very talented team. So.
Yeah. Some of the BTS shots that you posted last week, I was like, oh dang, like the photographer, videographer from London. I was like, oh my gosh.
So photographer, videographer, and the dollies were all from the UK.
And the piano guy.
Yes, and the
Yeah?
piano guy. He
Yeah.
was from.
So the
They're all from
entertainment
the
and the
UK.
video was from them.
DJ and entertainment were from Houston, but originally from Canada, and then the MC was from Canada. The MC was awesome. He was so fun. He
Nice.
was wild.
That's amazing that they had a professional MC. Usually they get family members to do it, you know?
It comes with the hype, though, you know.
Yeah.
And like this guy, I don't know, like what part of the planning process he was necessarily involved in, or where the planners kind of came in, or if these are just ideas from the bride and groom. But I loved that they played like games during the welcome night and
Yeah.
at the reception. It was
Yeah.
so engaging for the entire audience that's there.
Like, were they engaged or were they just having side conversation?
No, everybody was involved. Like it was so fun. There was this one game where he had like they set up like what looked like musical chairs, but then he was sending representatives to either side of the room to find stuff. Kind of like that what's in my purse bag.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it was like, oh, find me a piece of gum, find me a credit card. And then the very last one was like, go find me a pair of dress pants. Where the fuck are you gonna find that?
Get them off somebody.
But the groom was freaking unbuttoning at the top of the stage while ponies playing in the background. It was just so funny and
That's
so fun.
amazing.
And everyone's watching.
That's great, though. They were engaged.
They were entertained by it. They were engaged. They were present. Right? And so I think a lot of that has to do with just the MC bringing the hype. And then whoever's idea it was, like, no, let's play games, was brilliant.
The games, I like the games, but I agree you have to have an MC that can command the room.
Yeah.
Because the engagement party I went to in September, the one that you worked at, they did the games, and I was trying to pay attention, but the people surrounding me were so fucking rude that they were talking during the speeches and the games and everything, and the couple had, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The couple had their friends MC it. I'm like, no, not with this type of audience.
Yeah.
Not because her side, my side, ratchet as hell.
Well, also cut them some slack. This MC had 4 days to work the crowd.
No, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He was schmoozing them. He was getting
Right.
to know them during the other parties and
like,
stuff.
One event is
Yeah.
kind of tough. Like this, like throughout the course of the weekend.
But I mean, that's why they hired him, because he would be able to command the room.
Yeah.
Like, that's why you get a professional MC or somebody who is a public speaker.
Yeah.
Right? Like, when you get your cousin to do it, they're not public speakers. They're excuse me? Like, no, you can't do that. So I felt
And
really
you need
bad.
somebody that's gonna call people out.
Yeah, like like when you do the games, which I agree with, like it's so engaging, get everybody involved, all that stuff.
Oftentimes when you go to a wedding and you're not like in the bridal party or like an immediate family member, you kind of just
you get bored
sit there.
Yeah.
But like, yes, I was a vendor, but I was very much just like, yo, this is sick. This is so much fun.
Yeah.
You're really just like, you feel like you're valuable in that room.
Yeah.
Which
yeah,
is
yeah.
awesome.
That's good. I'm glad you
Yeah.
had fun. I'm glad your first destination wedding was a good experience. Like I was I'm not gonna lie, I was worried. Like cause like you were going by yourself. And
Yeah.
and like I was like, no, I'll come with you to help you just in case, you know, even if you didn't need me, at least I could then relax. But then I had my own
Yeah.
work stuff, right? And so I felt bad I couldn't go. But I worried a little because I didn't want your first experience doing a destination wedding to be a bad experience and then have it put you off. Be like, let's rethink that. And I didn't want your next opportunity to be like 2 years from now, you know, because you were too like, no, it was too much.
It could be. Who knows? I'm hoping that I can book some more destinations.
No, I hope
Let's just see how it goes.
yeah, that's the next level, right? Like being able to, because you were fully engaged with that client.
Yeah.
Because it's a destination wedding.
Yeah.
So
But that's the type of experience I want it to be too.
right.
Like if I was coming out for your wedding, I'm not just gonna work and then go hide out in my room. Like I don't necessarily expect an invitation to the events, but I want it to be like this wholesome, like I'm right there on site with you. Like that's how I want to design the experience.
Yeah.
From Puckered Up.
Yeah. And I think you do. I think this was a good first experience. You can, ask her to write a testimonial so that you have it on your website.
Yeah.
Like in case regarding destination weddings, here's a testimonial, good, bad, and she could say whatever she wants.
Yeah.
Right? Like
we invite it all.
good, bad, or indifferent, and then go from there. But from the aspect of this being your first time, you having logistically to take all of your work stuff with you now, not just from your house in your car to a hotel room, but like on a plane. Like
Yeah.
I was thinking about all that kind of stuff, you
Yeah.
know, and I was just like, I
And I
hope.
did a trial run when it just kind of worked out, right? Like I went to Orlando a few weeks prior. I was
Oh,
like,
for
okay,
sure, for
I'm
sure.
traveling with makeup. It's just for me, but let's see what I can pass in certain things, like how I need to pack it. And then when I started packing for this wedding, I was like, I can't take I have like a mini kit that I could just stuff everything in, but the weight
Yeah.
of the bag in the bags was just too much. And so I'm like, all right, we're going to deconstruct. And I just got worried. I'm like, if it's shifting and anything cracks, it's
Yeah.
just whatever. So,
Yeah.
But we learned, and now I'm reset for
There you go.
back at home.
Make sure you
so
take notes though.
I did.
Make sure so that next time you have a destination
I
wedding,
actually
you don't forget stuff.
downloaded afterwards, and I have like everything. Because if we want to improve on it,
Yeah, lessons learned.
lessons learned. Let's improve on it so that we can book more efficiently, too. So
Good stuff. I'm glad it was a good experience.
yeah, it was really good.
It was good. You,
was
even
good.
like even on
And-
your downtime, you had a good time.
And so that's the other side of it, right? Like I was gifted time away. I hadn't traveled alone
Ever.
since I was in college.
Yeah.
I've never traveled alone with. I mean, I travel with you, but you're my friend, right? Like this was different.
No, when you
'cause I was
travel
just
with
alone.
me, you still get phone calls.
No, but I'm with a friend. I'm not really traveling alone. Yeah, I'm
Oh, by
traveling
yourself,
without
by yourself.
kids.
Yeah.
This one I kind of went on
For
my
real,
own.
by yourself. Yeah.
And then I kind of met the group there, right?
Yeah, like you
I
had to like
can't-
be outgoing again. You had to like.
But 25-year-old Pre, 24-year-old Pre, she came out to play.
Yeah, she did.
And it was so liberating.
To kind of feel like your old self again.
Yes, I thought she was gone, but she's not. She's under there. She's under the rubble somewhere, and she came out to play, and I was like, "Oh, I like this feeling."
Yeah.
I was exhausted at the reception, but I kid you not, music keeps me out. I stayed the whole night.
Good music.
We shut the place down. And it reminded me of when I was in Vegas for my friend's bachelorette party. I'm like, we shut the club down. We didn't leave till 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And that's what good music will do to me. I
It
was
will.
like,
It will
oh.
keep you. It will keep you energized. It will keep you
I
going.
felt so free while I was there. And I'm like, oh, I think my heart really needed this trip too.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I was working and I was in my element working already. But then there was that other side of it where it was really rejuvenating. It felt good. It felt really good.
That's good. That's good. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. But that's why I always say this year for this show, I've been, because, you know, I call my hot girl tired woman walks. Because it's the hot girl in you coming out from being a tired woman.
I love that.
She's coming out.
Yeah.
I'm convinced that once we stop being, I'm convinced that there's a hot girl inside all of us tired women. And we just need her to come out and play, and all the dudes are going to get fucked. Because that's what it is. Like, once we get back to where we were when we were fierce, in whatever timeline, if you were fierce in your 30s, cool. If you were fierce as a teenager, cool. If you were fierce as a 25-year-old, cool. But whatever stage in life you were fierce at, that when that girl comes back,
Yeah.
because you've finally gotten over being tired, you're done with being tired,
Yeah.
the world better watch out.
It's a good way to put it.
Because what I've learned traveling and being by myself for the past 2 months, October, November, December, 3 months, every time I've traveled, being by myself, I learned that the reason why single women who live by themselves are so fierce, the reason why they're so hot to other people, attractive to other people, so fierce, is because they are living their life 110% how they want to live it.
Yeah.
They are able to walk around their house buck ass naked.
Well, every
without-
single minute is a choice of their own.
Right.
Ideally.
No, and
we can't say that, other external factors don't play a role.
no,
But
forget work,
They
but
want to
like,
go on a trip? We're going to go on a trip.
Right.
You know what? I'm not doing this right now. I'm going to go to the gym. Okay.
if they want to go to
I wanna
sleep
go-
at 7, they go to sleep at 7.
Yeah, my friends are out right now. I feel like going out.
Yeah.
I can go out. Having that freedom, or at least the choice,
Yeah.
right? Like the freedom of choice.
Yes.
It changes your mindset about a lot of things, and it can be very uplifting.
It could be
But when
very
you're
empowering.
constantly, like, I came to your house for the holiday party. Nobody was supposed to think or work or wipe someone's ass.
No,
None of that. But I was literally sitting on one chair with all three
I saw
of
that.
my
I
kids.
synced it. I took a picture.
They were all on me and one was sprawled across and I'm like, "What is happening?"
I had to go.
Go
I
play.
had to go and give her a mango nata because I was like, "Where is she?" I know
And
she wanted to try one.
there was nothing I could do. I was just stuck. And like even though I was at an event, I was out of the house.
It didn't matter.
My time was not my own. So it's when your time is your own that you can really just be free.
And that example is 100% why I do ladies' night, and no children are allowed.
Yeah.
Is because I witness this every
My
time.
daughter said that. She's like, "Oh, you're going to ladies' night, but I'm a lady." I'm like, "Not yet."
You're a lady when you're 21. When you can partake in all the shenanigans, then you're a lady, okay? But and I learned that when I'm because of being by myself in the hotel rooms. Like you don't understand. Because I know I'm by myself and based on how high I am in the room, I walk around naked.
Rightfully so.
I get out of the shower and I dry up and I'll put my towel around me, and then if it falls off, I'm like, whatever, I'll get a new towel.
Don't you get cold?
I mean, like I said, I'll get a new towel. I don't care. I'm been letting everything. I walk behind. I know this is weird. I even started forcing myself to look at myself in the full length mirrors naked.
That's really hard to do.
It's extremely difficult to do, and the first couple of times, I did not like it at all.
I have cried about this way too many times in 2024. Like my mental health was in a really, really rocky place
Yeah.
multiple times this year. But I noticed that I had a problem when I couldn't look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
And that's when a lot of the changes started happening. One day I just woke up and I'm like, we're making a change, But getting to that point took a lot of time. I wouldn't look in the mirror, dressed or undressed. I wouldn't look in the mirror. I hated what I saw.
I've never looked at my mirror and been happy with what I've seen, ever, until this year.
Damn.
And it's not because of the weight loss. It's not because I finally started seeing what other people were seeing in my in my content, and then I started seeing the pictures, and I was like, and then the people who were leaving the comments, like on when I would post a picture because I had an event or something, and the people that would hype me up in my comments, they would gas me up, like, oh my god, you look amazing, you look amazing, you look amazing.
Like, what are they seeing?
Right. And I'm like, how
Right.
come I never had that in my real life? And it's like, you know what? I can't go back and change why I never got that.
No.
But the fact that I'm getting it now,
It
and
just goes to show that
8 million people
there is
can't be
something
wrong.
there.
8 million people cannot be wrong.
No.
So
There
I'm
is
choosing to
something
look at
there.
it now. But the first couple of times when I was like, what is this? Like, I was looking at myself and I was like, what the fuck is happening?
But physically aside, right? Like, I think it was a huge mental game. Like, what are people seeing in me?
Yeah. But like, that's why we need it. That's why we need to make sure we're telling
That's
each
really-
other, you look
yeah.
amazing, you look great. Like why are we so, like, not ashamed, but why are we so shy? Why do we hold on to those compliments for other people instead of telling them? Like, when I see somebody when I see somebody and, like, I love their shoes because they're amazing, I'm like, oh my god, girl, I love your shoes. And it's so fast. I'm doing it as I
That
walk
just
by.
happened, a couple days ago. I was at Target and I was with the little one and we're just like speed walking. But this girl was just like kind of slowly walking past. And I was just like, oh, your coat is so cute. And it just came out just like typical Priyanka, right?
Yeah.
But her day, I think,
Got better.
changed a little bit. Because all of a sudden, she went from like, not just like serious focus. She looked a little startled and sad. Like she hadn't heard a compliment in a while, honestly.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to toot my own horn. But I was just
But
like,
you can tell.
oh, I think that did for her what has worked for me in some instances, that like you'll say something and I was like, oh, I needed that. I just
Yeah.
needed that. And it's so small.
And you never know when someone needs it.
You don't.
You don't. And like, that's why I don't even care if they're not paying attention to me.
Yeah.
Like, I was wearing my bright ass pink, neon pink cargo pants because
I like those on
I
you.
was getting
I really like those on you.
I was going to one of the shows and
You look so cute in those.
and I saw a girl sitting in Florida and she was on her phone sitting waiting for her car. And I saw her also in pink pants. I just pointed at her. I was like, pink pants. And I just walked by and I was like, not paying attention, but cool. And I just kept going. Like I called her out too. And she was like, what? I was like, it's okay, girl. And I just kept going. Like for me, it's not about like, I don't need to see your reaction. I just want to tell you when I think you look amazing.
No.
And I don't care. Like if it's a guy, I'm not going to say it. But like, obviously a woman.
I have a story about that.
Oh God, go.
So, a guy. I was at the gym.
Uh-huh.
And there's this guy on Wednesday specifically. He's always there right when I'm there. And I don't know if he's doing this on purpose. I'm just going to assume that he is because that makes me feel a little cocky. But he, whenever he comes to the, so you know, they have like they have the free weights and then they have the benches in a row, right? Mm-hmm. And then, so there's the free weights, there's a little walking aisle, benches, another walking aisle, whatever.
Yeah.
He always comes to the area where I'm sitting on the bench right in front of me, grabs the weights that are right there in front of me. Now, sometimes I'm sitting on this side, sometimes I'm sitting on that side, so the range of weights changes.
But it just so happens that he needs the weights right in front of you.
Right in front of me. And then does he walk back towards where the benches are to use the weights? No. He stands right in front of me, looks at himself in the mirror, and does whatever the fuck he wants right in front of me. And I have to see his ass when he's doing it. He wears like the tiniest little shorts.
Like, have you ever said anything to him?
So today I did.
Be like, bro, did you not see me here?
I did.
Oh!
I finally did. But I think he wants to be seen.
I think so too.
So
otherwise, why are you getting in front of other people's business?
Right. So
That's bad gym etiquette.
Oh, it is bad gym etiquette, but I approached it differently. I was just like, oh my God, how'd you grow your glutes so big?
You asked him about his ass cheeks.
I did. I was like, how'd you grow your glutes like that? I'm really struggling with it. And I think he just wanted to be seen because then we had a pleasant little conversation. And then he started working out next to me instead of in front of me.
Okay.
And I was able to see my form again.
There you go.
So sometimes you just have to, diddle their nuts a little bit.
Grab that low-hanging fruit. That was low-hanging fruit.
And then they listen and you can guide them the way you need. Some men are just like that. And so, yeah, I was just like, yo, how'd you grow your glutes?
Yeah. I'm like, oh. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
But we have to, whenever we see each other out and about, we have to encourage each other because we have no idea what someone's day looks like. We have no idea what they're going through. We have no idea why they have the sour face that they do, right? It varying reasons, right? And it doesn't hurt you just to throw out a compliment and keep walking.
Sprinkle a little kindness.
But we're so conditioned, women are so conditioned to like hold them in as if life is one big competition. And it's not just being
it goes
thissy.
back to those original conversations where we're constantly pegged against each other.
I know.
Not just thissies, but
everybody.
Always. Yeah.
It's like all women are
like
just
today.
Yeah, I'm just like what is me being again, going back to my post. What is me being successful taking away from you?
Right.
Nothing. I'm sad. I'm sorry that you are not motivated and or disciplined enough to also do what I did. However, that's not a me problem. That's a you problem.
Yeah. And that's also, we don't want to put words in their mouth.
No.
Whatever it is, ask yourself, why is it so hard for you to share my win? And two, do you feel better for saying what you did?
Yeah.
Like,
because there's always two avenues.
Did you need to get that off that chest? Do you feel better now?
Right.
Right? Like,
and it is like there's always two streams of thought when something like that happens to you, right? Like the guy at the gym. I was like, did you tell him to move? And you're like, no, I did use a different approach. The two different approaches.
I could have been like, yo, you're in my way.
Yeah. But that would have...
But I honestly think that he just wanted, like, somebody to... He wanted some props. That's the only reason why
you mommed the fuck out of him. No, that's called momming him. You saw that he needed something, right? Because my gut reaction was, tell him to fucking move. He does this every single fucking time.
Every time.
And your reaction was, okay, let's go the opposite. And
most of the time I just kind of ignore him.
Right.
But I also, what was I doing? Oh, I was doing shoulder presses. So I was looking up like this. And then when I put my weights down, his ass is just like in my face. I'm like, oh, he's back. God damn it.
Yeah. No. But see, there's always that two streams of thought, and my gut reaction is to be the cunt. That's my gut reaction. I'm not gonna lie. It's to be that bitch. It's to, like, you want to fire at me, I'm gonna fire right back,
No.
right? And then I have to take a moment, especially now, and just be like, okay, let's take a beat. Am I really upset about this? Is it really something that, because I've known this since, past 2 or 3 years. When somebody is being mean or aggressive to me, it's not something that I've done. There's nothing that I
They're
could
just
have possibly.
projecting.
They're just projecting.
Yeah.
Right? Even Kale eating Karen, when that happened earlier this year. Like, she's just frustrated with her own mom, but she was taking it out on me.
Yeah.
And like, if I'm not, listen, you're not paying me $150. I'm not going to fucking psychoanalyze you right now. Okay? That's what you pay your therapist for. You don't act like that rude and in other people's business. So when I see it in the moment, I'm going to match that energy. But when I see it on a post, I'm always like, okay, how do I want to approach this? Do I want to be
You have to
compassionate?
take a step back. Yeah.
Do I want to be compassionate and see what's going on? I'm not an empath. I'm not going to be compassionate like that. I'm going to fucking match your energy. And sometimes you need your energy matched to teach you a lesson. But then, it's like, could I have been nicer to her? Right.
Is that comment still there? Did she take it down?
Oh, she took her comment down, which then took my post down. But I'm smart because I downloaded the video the night before when I posted it, because I'm like, I'm going to want to put this on Facebook.
If she takes her comment down?
The post goes down because it was a
Really?
reply to it. And it wasn't going to post it on Facebook.
Oh, you replied to her comment. Got
Yeah,
it.
so
That
the
makes
comment
sense.
would pop up. And I was like, well,
Because she got annihilated by your followers.
right, in that video alone. So then she deleted her comment.
I scrolled through her profile, though.
You did.
I did.
Is she... Do it. I don't want to know.
I think she just posts to get some praise.
Ah, there we go.
I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I don't feel as bad.
She tries to be like this well-traveled, wholesome person. And okay, that's fine.
Well, you're not
Like,
as
you're
wholesome as
kind
you
of
think.
nasty online.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I normally do. Like, when I see the nasty comments, I go to their profiles.
If you're so well-traveled, like, when were you planning to clear your fucking head?
Never.
Taking it out on freaking random-ass people online.
Strangers,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
But like, did I feel bad afterwards? About, and I didn't say anything bad to her, right? It was just in kind of all of the comments in general. It was more of okay, like, why do you have to? If I had added things, I would have told you exactly what I'm doing. But that is not your question. Instead of asking me politely,
She just attacked.
right, you just attacked.
No.
But when people are attacking in real life, my gut reaction is to fucking match your energy. I'm not going to be nice
Yeah.
to you. And I could have been nice to her, and I could have been empathetic, be like, oh, I'm so sorry that this is how you feel. However, maybe you just need to look within yourself instead of projecting outside. Like, that's, like, my comments are always sarcastic like that.
Yeah.
Because I just can't. Like, I don't, like, there's too much hand-holding now on social media. There's too much, like, oh my God, let's be empathetic to everybody's struggles. It's like, no.
Oh, like that one. Something about... Somebody said something that this isn't inclusive of the
Oh,
obese
yeah.
community.
Yeah, that woman, there was one woman who was like, this is really detrimental to the fat and eating disordered community. And I replied back, and I was just like, this post was intended to show how proud I am of my work, and then secondary to potentially motivate people to get healthier. And also, I'm not a spokesperson for these communities.
How is it detrimental?
Because I was larger in my previous picture, and then I had lost weight to
And
get
so
healthier.
you're just supposed to stay that way?
Apparently, I'm supposed to stay unhealthy, which then means, because in people's brain, fat means unhealthy, and I'm like, well, in my case, fat did mean unhealthy.
Fat is unhealthy.
Like,
I'm just gonna say it. Fat is unhealthy.
like, go to your doctor. Your doctor is
Your-
telling you.
Your weight isn't determinant of if you're healthy or not, but the amount of fat you have on your body is.
Right, percentage, yeah.
So, yes, it is unhealthy. And
Right.
unfortunately, fuck you, you need to hear that.
Right.
I'm sorry, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it's not the scale on the number. It's how much fat content do you have on your person.
Right.
Right. And I'm not talking about the
And
scale and the
you
number.
have to face that in the mirror
Yes.
that this is unhealthy. And then are you actively making choices to reduce that?
Right.
Maybe not eliminate, but reduce that so that you're moving in the direction of health.
Which is
'Cause
why
if
I
you're
say.
not, you're really just looking for a handout.
Right, which is why I say your health is between you and your doctor. If you and your doctor determine that you are healthy from the inside, then the number on the scale does not matter, because the number on the scale can get fucked up. You could be a large, you could look like a large, like in my February picture, if I had worked out, like I mean lifted weights, I could be 160 pounds and be pure muscle.
Yeah.
Right? That number on the scale is not reflecting fat content or muscle content. It is just how much do I weigh.
Right.
So that's not my message. Like, the message is, if you and your doctor determine that you are healthy based on blood work and fat content, then everybody else can fuck off. But if you cannot determine that, if your doctor keeps telling you, you need to lose weight, let's try to lose weight, let's try to lose fat content, let's try to lose fat content, and you're not doing it, shame on you for not doing that. Because you're not being healthy.
You're not taking responsibility for your body at that point. I'm not going to say shame on you, but that's your choice then. You know, like,
right, that's your choice to stay that way.
Don't shit on somebody else for trying to do differently.
Right.
Right? You can't expect everybody, because you're not choosing to make the improvements.
Exactly.
That other are also just going to wade in that pool with you.
Right.
Right?
Like, I don't agree with...
Congratulate them if they're doing it.
Exactly.
If you want to draw inspiration from them, great. I'm sure they're not going to hold you back.
No.
They're going to take you along with them if
Right.
you are willing to do it.
Exactly.
But shitting on them for taking control
right.
is not worth shitting on. That makes you a really shitty person.
Yeah, like for that woman to write that, like, this is detrimental to the fat and eating disordered community.
It's not your job to protect all the communities.
No, I can't even protect my own community. Like, I'm trying the best I can.
Right, like, if you have a following from that community, thank you for being here. This
Right.
is still what I'm choosing to do with my life. If you don't want to support that, that is your right.
Right, like, what, am I supposed to stop posting progress pictures because I might lose some fat followers who are like, oh, here she goes, she's now losing weight, so she's changing. It's like,
Well,
actually, I'm
they
not.
are following you for all the wrong reasons.
Exactly. Like, how many people, I can guarantee you a good percentage of my following across all social media platforms happened because I was speaking with an Indian accent. And that's what they were looking for.
They thought it was funny.
Right, because they're racist fucks.
Oh, shit.
And the amount of people
You're
that
right.
still, oh, I like you so much, like when I do Usha advice.
I love those, though.
I love doing them.
I love the skits. They're so funny.
I love doing them, right? There's a reason why I don't do too many daddy jokes, but I love doing them. But if you start putting in there, I love it when you speak with the accent, denied. Denied. This accent is not for you. This accent is for me. Because I am the person owning the accent. This is my mom, and that's why I'm not doing it because I'm hoping that you get a laugh. Like, I know you're going to get a laugh.
I mean, that's why you're doing it.
Right, but, like, not
you
from
are
a bad
hoping to get a
place.
chuckle.
Like a
not because
genuine.
you're making fun of the accent, but because the way that you're
Delivering
picturing your mom,
Yeah.
you know, the way that you're painting her
Right.
is funny.
Right.
It's not,
'Cause it's not...
oh, haha, she has an accent.
And but then when you write, I love it when you speak with the accent, and in their minds, it is very like, well, I don't understand why this comment is rude and racist. I'm like, this comment is so racist. Like, you should not be writing that comment.
Yes and no. You can only describe so much in like a few words.
Yeah.
We don't exactly know where it's coming from.
I'm hoping...
Because I could say that.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I love it when you do these skits.
But you're Indian.
That doesn't give me
No,
the
it does.
pass.
When you're talking about race, it does. Let's just like, I can't talk in AAVE.
I'm racist against my own people. I think you guys
So
are
am I.
fucking annoying.
I am too. But I can only be racist against my own people in good conscience. Like, everybody is racist to a point. Everybody is racist to a point.
I think racism is different. I think if you can make fun of certain stereotypes as long as it's not hateful.
As long you can't be hateful.
I think hate and racism are synonymous.
But a lot of people cannot do it without the hate, is what I'm saying. I'm
Laughing
hoping...
at a stereotype doesn't make you a racist. Because some of them are just true. We lived up to them.
We do live up to them.
And it can be funny. It's okay to laugh about it. like brown people are cheap. We are, but
We
that's why
are.
we're rich.
Yeah. No, like if I'm the one saying the stereotypes of my own people.
I don't get offended if somebody else said it to me though, because it's just a stereotype. I don't find that racist and hateful.
Not hateful, no.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think racism and hate are tied together.
I feel like you really need to know somebody,
if somebody
though.
made fun of something, I don't know, say something racist, like, well, oh my gosh, you're eating curry again today? Yeah, it's really good. Do you want to try it? I don't find that hateful.
That's not racist, though. That's just cultural.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think
Like racist is I only find you funny when you speak with the accent. That's racist. Because all Indians have accents and I think they're hilarious because I can never understand them.
maybe I'm just looking at it too objectively. Like, okay, you're just speaking with an accent.
I don't, for me, in the beginning,
It would be racist of you to adopt a different accent and
Yes.
make fun of them, right?
For sure.
So that
For
would
sure.
make you the racist. But I think somebody acknowledging that you're saying it with an accent doesn't necessarily mean that they're racist.
Well, that's why a majority of the time I never respond. I never respond. And because I'm hoping, I'm trying to keep hope of all hopes that humanity is not lost, that people are not just actual assholes. And so when you write that, and I don't see
There
any,
are
like,
assholes, but there's a very small percentage.
right, but like if there's no if you write, I love it when you like on an Usha advice video, specifically that on an Usha advice video or a daddy joke where I'm going back and forth, and you write, I love it when you speak with that accent. If you leave just that with no punctuation, no emojis, nothing, fine, I will leave you alone. But if you start adding weird shit to it, like emojis and then punctuations and like cap locks and all that, I'm like, you're way too into this. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like a time and a place, you know what I'm saying? Like
my
a
God.
time and a place. But I don't.
That's like anything, though. Anyone that uses way too many emojis, I'm kind of just like, yo, calm the fuck down.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? But it's, I mean, like I said, if I, and I do, when I see those comments, I do go to the people's profile to see what type of person they are.
Right.
And to determine if if a response is warranted
If
or
it's
not.
coming from a negative,
Yes.
hateful place.
I do my research.
Or like just that they're making fun of you, right? Like
Yeah.
if they're making fun of you, that's not right.
No, exactly.
But you could just enjoy the accent. Like if like somebody with a really hot British accent
Oh my God.
was talking to me,
Or an Aussie accent, yeah.
like I'm definitely going to ask you to elaborate.
Like like
but because
explain
that comes
further.
from a place of love and endearment, that
Like-
doesn't make it racist, right?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
But
No.
how is that different?
It
I enjoy the accent.
right.
That's
No,
it.
it's because, like you said, it's because racism and hate go hand in hand.
Right.
Because you cannot. There's
It's
a
the
very
intent. The intent makes a big difference
The
in how it's
intent behind
classified.
it, yes.
Especially in my head, I'm kind of because we throw out like, "Oh, you're racist." That's so racist.
So
We
many
throw
people
that
throw it out, so
we
many,
throw
yeah.
it out as a blanket statement all the time, and I'm just like, that word has a lot of weight. Let's
It's not a
pause for a
catch-all.
second, right?
Yeah, it's not a
Let's
catch-all.
pause for a second before we just label somebody as such.
Yeah.
And so
There's too many social justice warriors out there.
and that's why I think, like, as
And,
a
like, we don't
society, we
need
need to
social
fucking
justice, yeah.
lighten up sometimes. Like,
let the people
it's
defend
fucking
themselves.
funny. Relax.
Like if we're laughing, you're laughing. If I'm posting it, it's because I think it's funny, and that's fine. I will go to your profile to see what kind of, and when I see that it's not a good profile,
yeah.
then
You
I'm
can
like,
tell.
delete.
Yeah.
Hate comment. Like I know which ones are set. Like I don't just go with a gut feeling when I see these comments because because of being a minority, you have to kind of do your research. We don't have the luxury of beige people where we could just go with our gut instinct. We have to make sure that we're calling out people appropriately because the people that the word like racism applies to, right? Like people of color, we are the ones that we have to be locked and loaded if we're going to call out other people for racism. We have to be locked and loaded. And it can't be oh my God, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Like, we don't have that luxury. We don't have the luxury of calling somebody out and be like, that was racist as fuck. And then when they're like, yeah, but like, that's not how I intended it. And be like, yeah, but that's how it was received, right? Intent versus whatever, the intent behind it. And let's face it, on a text, you can't tell intent.
No, you
So then
can't
I have
ever.
to do my research.
Yeah.
I have to go to your profile. And guess what? If your profile is all about things that it shouldn't be about in my radar, I'm gonna fucking report you for a hate crime, and then we're gonna be done. Then you will never be allowed to post, and you won't see my content again. But if your content is just a stay-at-home mom having fun, I'm gonna let it slide. But I have to do my research.
Yeah.
Whereas beige people, they never have to do their research and they just be calling out racism left and right. I'm like, you have no idea what racism is. You have not been the recipient of racism. No one has seen you in a group of three people, just three people. Two of them that happen to be beige, and guess who didn't get any service at the restaurant? And like dealing with that as a college student,
Did that happen?
that happened to me in Vermont. Every time I drive by Vermont now, I know exactly what exit it is, and I could probably drive into town and point you to that diner.
Holy shit.
And I didn't even know it was happening. My two friends that I was with were the ones that pointed it out to me because I was so sheltered. And ever since that moment,
I think I still am. I can't recall a time where I was actually singled out for my race.
no, this waitress, literally, like we were sitting at a 4-person table, each of us,
Yeah.
and one chair where we had all our jackets and purses and everything. And she came between me and the girl that was sitting here. So I was here, she was here, and the third one was there. And she came between us, her back literally to me. Her, like, and I was just like, I guess I didn't need a beverage. And they were like, did you just see what happened? And I was like,
shit. I hear stories.
I
and
thought, but I
can't
didn't.
believe that it's real.
No.
That's wild.
but we have to do our research
Yeah.
before we throw that word out. Because for us, that word is not just a throwaway word like cute.
Yeah.
But these people,
Yeah.
and then and like going back to the whole, well, I'm detrimental to the fat community. How? Because
Right.
I'm taking control of my health. If anything, like
Did
I
you
said,
comment back to that?
yeah,
What'd you say?
I'm gonna find it.
Okay.
I'm gonna find it. We'll cut it out.
Okay, so you couldn't find that comment.
No, I can't find it, and it's fine. I'm pretty sure she deleted it. I think, like I said, I don't understand why we can't just, especially to strangers, just give out random comments. You're never gonna see them
Anybody.
again, you know. And if you do, that's great. Like
I
if
don't understand why you have to make a negative comment.
I don't understand. Like, would you go up to somebody in real life if you didn't like their outfit and be like, I don't like what you're wearing?
I honestly think that's the thing that everybody needs to ask themselves is this something that I would say to their face?
In real life, yeah.
Without you being like some pompous hard ass and like, yeah, I'd say it to your face. No.
Realistically,
Realistically ask yourself, is this something that I would actually be able to say to their face?
would you be ballsy enough? Yeah. Would you be ballsy enough to
Because if
say
you
this?
can't, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Yeah. Like from all of the other comments that I had screenshot, like seriously, I mean, I can go through some of those at least. So the night that it happened, like the night that I posted it and I saw it, this was from Facebook. Someone wrote, "Folks, this is a joke. She's a comedian." On that before and after. And I was like, why is this a joke? I worked hard for this and I'm proud of myself. I replied that. I'm going to post these. I'm going to post these comments. Somebody else wrote,
I'm dumbfounded.
yeah. Somebody else wrote, along with Ozempic. So I replied back, no, I don't have money for Ozempic. And then I replied back, or Smeglutide, or any weight loss drugs. I'm sorry if this upsets you.
What is semaglutide?
It's the
People talk
generic
about
version
it.
of Ozempic.
Oh.
It's the generic version, yeah. And then on Instagram, someone, Stacy Nicole 77, if you're paying attention. Gotta be Ozempic, ... Everyone's doing it, exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. Especially in that short of time. From when I started working
9
out,
months.
it was like when I started eating a little bit better. I started eating more salads. That's the first thing I did.
But then you started having
And then I started
GI
walking.
issues.
No, like before even the walking, I started eating healthier. And then I started the walking and then GI issues, right? And so from February, 9 months, like a baby is made in 9 months. You fucking grow a baby and you don't think I could lose the amount of weight of a baby? Get the fuck out of here. So I wrote back, it's not Ozempic. If it was, I would tell you. I'm sorry if this upsets you. I keep writing that. And then, nope, only of those 10,000.
You should comment back and be like, oh yeah, you should try it sometime.
You should try. Oh my God, right? And then obviously someone wrote, oh, this is depressing. I was
This
like,
is what?
Depressing. I was like, why is this depressing?
For what my advice is worth, don't reply back.
No.
It's really not worth your time. Like, always think about how you're using your time, and is it
I know.
getting you the ROI you want?
No, it's not.
It's not. So don't reply back. People will speculate. There's always going to be people that speculate your choices, your decisions, your
I know.
outcomes. Let them. It just sucks in the world of social media that it's out in the open for you to see.
Yeah.
But people will always find something to talk shit about, about. They need a topic because they're too scared to look at themselves.
Well, and I find it funny when they try to be cute about it too. Ozempic doing its thing. THANG. I wrote body not by Ozempic, more like crack cocaine. And then I stopped.
It is offensive to all the hard work that you put in, but
I know.
that's also just the culture right now. Like, so many people are on it recreationally.
Yeah. The people that shouldn't be on it are on it,
Yeah,
and the people that
and-
need it can't get it because the people that don't need it are monopolizing it.
You're losing the weight during a time where everybody assumes you're on it.
Yeah, because heroin chic is coming back.
Right. And we're just going to have to...
I'm trying to get to heroin chic naturally, okay? That's what I'm trying to get to.
No, you're trying to be like that 75-year-old granny. That's
Yeah,
like...
yeah.
jacked.
She's jacked.
I want to
be
be
like
jacked.
Yeah, I want to be Rose on the outside and Sophia on the inside from Golden Girls. Sophia was a bitch. I want to be just like her when I'm old.
Yeah. Just don't be like that old lady that was bent over with her butt cheeks out. at
Full
the gym.
circle, literally full circle. We're gonna leave it at that. All right, leave your questions, comments, all that BS down below. We will talk to you next time. Okay, bye.